I've enjoyed the live action Disney remakes of the classic cartoons for the most part. Let's see where this one lies. So The Little Mermaid is the latest attempt by Disney to bring one of their animation classics to, well, live action. And in case if you guys have not seen The Little Mermaid, please watch it. It's a classic. It's one amazing movie. If you guys have been following me for long enough, you will probably know that I've enjoyed the live action remakes for the most part. Like, I enjoyed Alice in Wonderland. I really loved Cinderella, Jungle Book. I loved Beauty and the Beast. I thought was great. And even though Lion King was particularly great, I enjoyed that film more than most people. When I had heard that Disney was gonna remake The Little Mermaid for live action, it was the one time where I just went, I don't know how I feel about this one. As an overall film, I was very, very nervous, but I still walked in with the utmost optimism. And here's what I can say about The Little Mermaid. The Little Mermaid, to me, unfortunately, was a mixed bag. It's a movie that I didn't like, but it's a movie I didn't dislike either. It's a movie where I thought it was just okay. When I was watching it the whole time, I just kept thinking, why? Now, before I continue on to the things I disliked, I do want to get into the things I liked. First of all, when it comes down to the performances, Halle Bailey absolutely crushes it in this movie as Ariel. I mean, oh my god. Halle, I'm gonna look up her name so I don't mess up and not confuse her with Halle Bailey or Halle Berry. I'm already muffing up. I was right. It's Halle Bailey. I can't say her name right for some. Halle Bailey, I thought absolutely crushed it as Ariel. Melissa McCarthy, I thought was great as Ursula. And the guy who played Prince Eric in the film, Jonah Howard King, I thought he was also very, very good in the film. The musical numbers, -2, I thought were really, really good. Especially Halle Bailey singing I Want to Be Part of Your World. That song, when she was singing those high notes, it gave me goosebumps and I got chills. Everything that was on land, I thought were easily the best parts of the entire film, minus the parts where they extended it, which I'll get into a little bit. And also Javier Bardem, I thought was great, along with David Diggs as Sebastian. Awkwafina, I thought was good. I also thought that when it came down to the finale in terms of visuals looked really, really cool. While there were things that I liked, there were unfortunately more things that I disliked, starting off with this. One of my biggest issues with The Little Mermaid was that this movie was 50 minutes longer, and there are spots where, my god, I felt in one particular part, I cannot lie to you guys when I say this, I actually almost dozed off because I was just so not interested. This was actually a part that was underwater. Don't get me wrong to you guys, there are definitely times where it was on land where it just wasn't that interesting, but I will say this right now, the on land aspects of Little Mermaid were definitely the highlights of the film compared to the underwater parts, which that brings me to my next point right here. The underwater CG for the most part just did not look that great. And unfortunately, there were some shots where I swear to God to you guys, I was talking to my boss that there were parts with the hair looked absolutely amazing, but for some reason, I mean, I guess you could call them exterior underwater shots, where just the exteriors just didn't seem like, it looked artificial. Going on to an aspect where I was very mixed on, but unfortunately, I was more on the negative side, and that was the chemistry between Ariel and Prince Eric. There were some spots where I absolutely bought the chemistry between the two of them, but there were just some aspects where I just didn't feel their love and their connection. There's one particular aspect in the original tale where you want them to get together, but for some reason, in the live action remake of them getting together and the whole rule of Ariel becoming a human, they put a little thing in there where if you've seen the original film, you know what I'm talking about. For some reason, and the live action remake, the stakes for me just weren't there this time around. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys when I say this, by the end of the film, I was just left emotionally unsatisfied. I mean, I wasn't mad by this thing, but by the end, I was just going like, okay, it existed two more things that I must talk about here before I end things off here. There were two musical numbers that I just wasn't a fan of. One of them being, which is shocking, Under the Sea. Under the Sea to me just did not connect with me. There was a particular moment during Under the Sea where I just went, wow, this is not nearly as good as it could have been. And easily my least favorite part, there's a new musical number that it was in the original film, and I know this was a brand new number made for this movie, and it was made by Lin-Manuel Miranda as far as I'm aware, and I completely get that kids and new families might enjoy this film, but personally for me, the new musical number Scuttlebutt, no joke guys, as soon as it ended, I turned to my boss and I said to him, what the heck was that? Going on my overall thoughts, guys, and this absolutely, because like I mentioned to you guys earlier, I absolutely love the original animation. I left the live action remake of Little Mermaid thinking it was a mixed bag. There were things about the movie that I did like, don't get me wrong to you guys, but unfortunately, there were more things about this movie that I disliked more than I liked. So all in all, I'm gonna give Little Mermaid live action remake a 2.5 out of 5, and this bums me out because I love the original film, but the remake just did not hit for me. So comment down below and let me know, have you guys seen the live action remake of Little Mermaid? What did you all think of it? Let me know below. If you guys want to follow me on social media, I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, I'm also on Twitch, so if you guys want to follow me on all those social media platforms, all the links in the usernames are in the description below. I hope you'll enjoy my review of the live action remake of Little Mermaid. If so, please hit that like button, also subscribe, and don't forget that notification bell for my latest review goes live. If you guys want to see my previous two reviews, please click either right there or right there, and of course, if my next review or video goes live, I'll see you all next time.